Well, in the Socialist Republic of California, the effort to recall Gavin Newsom is gaining major traction. The petition collecting more than 1.5 million signatures. Well, joining me now to discuss is the Recall Gavin 2020 spokesman Mike Netter and Mornings on the Mall with WMAL host Mary Walter. Mike, I want to go to you first. This petition is very close to triggering. Well, actually, you're at the recall election now. Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think it's going to be just another political flop? I noticed the GOP just threw in some money to it.
Well, it's not going to be a political flop. Let me say I'm a main proponent of it. Although we have 1.5 million signatures, they still have to go through a secondary validation process. Now, we're validating at an 85% rate. Now we have a month to go. So the good news is believe we're going to get a total of about 1.8 to 2 million signatures, which with our validation rate will get us the net figure that we need of about 1.5 million. But to say I'm optimistic would be an understatement.
Yeah, well, Mary, it's really weird. All of a sudden, the Democrats are into this signature verification thing. It's like, where was that? I don't know, in November? What do you think?
That is so funny that you say that, Carl, because I said the exact same thing when we were talking about this on this show. I'm like, wait a minute, suddenly signatures have to match? What has happened? I thought that was racist and it was terrible, it was horrible and all those things, and it's an impediment to voting. It's so funny, but I agree. I think that this is going somewhere, and I think we need to look at what's happening in this country. Americans are starting to hold their politicians accountable, and I love it, and it's about time, because for so long these people just get reelected because they're the incumbent and the name sounds familiar, or because they have a D after their name or an R after their name, and they never had to perform. They never had to do anything. We actually now want our representatives to represent us. And so I think this is all a great thing that's happening, and especially in California, amazing. I love it. He'll probably be replaced by another Democrat, but still, it's great.
Sure. Mary, I want to stay with you real quick here. This Lincoln Project, this is something that's been just getting under my skin. Okay, so I was a victim of sexual assault when I was a kid, so I take this stuff very seriously. And there's, all these harassment allegations. People lecture us from their ivory towers on the moral high ground of how Donald Trump is bad. I mean, come on here. Are we serious, Mary?
Well, again, they've gotten away with it for so long. I just view at this period of time in our country's history, there seems to be a reckoning going on, and you're starting to see the mighty fall. You're starting to see cracks in the veneer. We have had a ruling class for a really long time, and the rules never applied to that ruling class. It never applied to the holier than thous, and they would lecture us all the while doing exactly what they accused us of doing, right? Like everything that we were. They claimed us to be. They actually really were. This is disgusting. It's criminal. The FBI is investigating according to reports, as well they should. And I think we're going to see more members of the Lincoln Project to go down, resign, etc., because they knew. The allegation is that they knew. They were told months ago, and they all pretended like it wasn't happening. And I'm sorry, but if it's not actually criminal, it's morally corrupt, if nothing else, and they'll fall.
Yeah, I mean, bury these clowns under the jail. Mike, I want to go back to you. We were talking about the double standard here. I mean, this is goes back to Gavin Newsom, which was this is a guy who basically locked everything down, shut everybody down. You can't go out, you can't do anything, but I can go out and eat at a very fancy restaurant with no mask with all my friends. Talk about some of the things that are getting him recalled that really are going to be resonating on the ballot for you.
Let me stress, this is a movement of the people. I'm a volunteer. We're a volunteer-driven organization. Over 1.3 million of the signatures have been collected, not by the political machine on the right or the left, but by the people. But as everybody knows about Friday nights at the French Laundry, to a point Mary made a few minutes ago, this is the arrogance of our governor. And let me take it one step further from a story which isn't real covered. Everybody knows about Friday nights at the French Laundry. Then his governor shutting down the rest of the state while he dined out. But just the last couple of weeks, he awarded Blue Shield a contract. In 2019, he awarded them a contract to distribute vaccines throughout California without a competitive bid. Wait, it gets better. All right. and like he didn't know the vaccine was coming, and they happened to be his largest donor in the 2018 campaign to the tune of over $1 million. This is the kind of corruption and arrogance where Gavin Newsom isn't even hiding it anymore.
Yeah, they're just so blatant about it that it's just like they think they can just get away with anything they want. And I live in the Socialist Republic of Connecticut too, which is like California light over on the East Coast. And we are sick and tired of being told that we have to do something, and then our elected officials get to go over and do whatever they want because, hey, we're just the uneducated rubes. Thank you, Mike Netter, Mary Walter. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hi, Emma Reckenberg here. If you like this video, there's a whole lot more to see on Newsmax TV. You can watch for free right here on our YouTube live stream and be the first one here each time our experts break down real news. Just hit that subscribe button, ring the bell icon, and stay with us on America's fastest growing cable news channel, Newsmax TV.